News, Washington.
New revelations tonight about the murder of a Canadian man in the Philippines. Barry Gammon was shot to death this past June. A Fifth Estate investigation has revealed he was killed following a dispute with church members in the Philippines. The Iglesia Ni Cristo, as it's called, has millions of followers around the world, including Canada. Bob McEwen investigated the church, its connections to Canada, and allegations its members in the Philippines are tied to financial irregularities, kidnapping, and murder.
Lucy Gammon is searching for the man who killed her husband.
So, Lucy, we try to get as many pictures as we can.
Until recently, she and her Canadian spouse Barry lived in the Philippines. They'd built their dream home and had a son. It was a peaceful life until a church went up next door called Iglesia Ni Cristo, known as INC. That's when an escalating dispute began about construction and traffic noise 24/7.
3 o'clock we're awake. Our son is awake. How are you gonna have peace in that?
You're on my property.
Barry recorded this confrontation with an INC member on his phone.
We're not done. I haven't seen you in court. Asshole.
Then last June, another man appeared with a gun.
This guy came in and just shoot him. Just keep on shooting and shooting.
Barry Gammon died of his wounds that night. Based in the Philippines, with over 80 congregations in Canada, the church has millions of followers worldwide, and increasingly, allegations against members of financial impropriety, kidnapping, murder. No one knows that better than Lowell Menorca, a prominent INC minister, until he was accused of leaking church secrets.
They frisked me, handcuffed me, and put a jacket over my head, dragged me out of the compound.
Eventually, Menorca escaped and fled to Vancouver, given refugee protection, when Canadian authorities agreed the church had both the means and the motivation to kill him. Today, he's helping Lucy Gammon and her 7-year-old son, JJ, to settle in Canada too, and to find her husband's killer.
So, I wanted to ask you, Lucy, are you absolutely sure that this is the guy who shot Barry?
Yes, I'm 100% sure it's him. I know it's him, and I can feel in my heart it's him.
Me too.
You too? Are you sure that's him? You saw him? Okay.
The man Lucy identified has INC connections, and a local police report agrees that the fatal attack on Barry Gammon could well have been triggered by his dispute with members of the church. INC itself denies involvement in that murder or in violence of any kind.
I promised my husband that I will not stop until I find justice for him.
Now in BC, Lucy Gammon has gone to the federal government, hoping Canada can spur Philippine police to find and hold accountable the man who she says killed her husband. Bob McEwen, CBC News, Vancouver.
CBC News has been in touch with Global Affairs Canada, and they say they are in contact with local authorities in the Philippines to gather additional information about the murder of Barry Gammon. Okay, here's a look at other stories we're following tonight on The National. Some of the 82 Canadians who survived a crash landing 2 days ago at an airport in Guyana are now back in Canada.